Good morning, everybody. Morzach here. I've been dying to make a Mavic Mini review. Ooh, pretty little drone. But I think maybe I missed my chance because, like, the window when you can do like a review of an item, it's very short, very fast, and opens and closes. I feel, and there's so many videos on the internet right now of the Mavic Mini. Blah, blah, blah. I'm not gonna talk about its specs. I'm not gonna compare it to anything. Bought it in December 5th, and I've only been using it for about a couple of months now. I bought the Fly More package, so with the 3 batteries and everything, and I've been very pleased with this drone. It's a very capable drone. It does a lot of amazing things. You can use it for cinema. You can use it for real estate. A lot of different applications you can use this drone. I like that it's small. I like that it's quiet. Nobody really notices you, or you don't attract attention, and that works for me too because I'm an electrician by trade, and I go to a lot of unique job sites where I want to get some footage of the job site. I've actually used this in applications where I use the histogram, and I fly and do an overhead shot, and I look at a thing to see if something's straight, or maybe I can calculate how much distance is between a wall or a ditch or something like that. So I've had some fun applications for this thing in work. For the most part, I've been allowed to use it at work on lunch breaks or things like that. So, and overall, I'm super happy with the drone, but I do have some gripes about it. So one of the gripes is the batteries. I know DJI touts that the batteries have 30-minute flight time. That's in ideal conditions, but not necessarily true. Most average times is around 22 minutes, 25 minutes, depending on how you're using it, sport mode, position mode, or cinematic mode. Which is a long time. I mean, 25 minutes, it doesn't seem long, but when you're out and you get to a location, or you want to film a thing or spot or whatever subject, it's a lot of time to have this thing up in the air. So that's really impressive. But the batteries really do suck. As an electrician, I want to tell everybody that the batteries, they if the power output's not there, the drone's gonna suffer. And I haven't been able to get any crashes on footage of my drone until the other day. I was flying, and it dropped out of the sky and it crashed, and it was giving me a high wind warning, but still no response. I was throttling up, nothing was responding, and it just dropped out of the sky and crashed. So as you can see, it was in the morning time here in El Paso, Texas. I was trying to get a shot of the spaghetti bowl there, of the interstate overpasses and things, and just flying real nice. It was in the morning, nice fog. Oh, there's that sun glare that I'll gripe about later, but as you can see, the mountains, nice little picture. I was just trying to do some cinematic movements. Right here I got the high wind alert warning, and it flickered a little bit right there. The wind pushed it back. I switched into sport mode, and I was pushing full throttle forward. Nothing was happening. It just started to drop out of the air, and then I saw the power line on the right, and oh man, I moved to the left. I was throttling up, nothing, and then it just, at least it landed soft in the trees, but boom, there it goes. There it is. And I was able to find it with the GPS, so that was nice, but there we go. So I've had several other crashes where it's done the same thing. This was another instance where it didn't crash. It did touch the ground on the way back in the second shot. I wasn't able to record it, but it was about 40% battery, and I was just bringing it back. I've been flying it a little bit, got it down to 40%, and I was flying it back, and this part right here, boom, the drone just starts to dip down. I had no control. I was throttling up. Finally I let go, and then boom, I throttled again. I managed to save it, pick back up, and it made its way home. If you put the propeller guards on, it says extra payload sensed and increased, and so, or I get a lot of max power warnings and alerts and things like that, and that should not be happening. there could be a software update or something to where if the drone senses high wind or max power or whatever, maybe it should dump more power into the motors so that it can get you home or something and not just fall out of the air. Or I've noticed sometimes when my phone is low battery and there's a weak signal or something like that, maybe the battery power is allocated for something else, maybe the signal to connect again, and so that power going to something else maybe is suffering the power to the motors. I don't know, but I've had several instances where it just drops out of the sky, just smacks on the ground. Now this drone is really durable. I've had several crashes with it so far, and it's still okay. I mean, the light plastic and everything, it's actually more durable than like say heavy plastic or hard plastic because it's bendable. It has flex to it, and when it has flex to it, it can crash or whatever, and it's not going to break. So it's pretty strong. This thing, you wouldn't believe it, but it is really strong because I've crashed it multiple times and only small nicks and dings on it, and still flying. The major thing that has suffered is the propellers. I've messed up a lot. I've just ordered new propellers for it, so we're gonna see how those work when I get them. But the batteries, they're not very good because I've only had this drone for 2 months, and already the power is dwindling because these accidents are occurring a lot more frequently, where it's just dropping out of the sky and hitting the ground. I mean, just this morning I was just hovering in cine mode over the ground, and I was getting at like, especially at low percents, I was at like 34% or whatever, and it just boom, just dropped, bam, smacked the ground, and I wasn't recording, so I didn't get that. It's not very good. So already the battery's power output is dwindling. These accidents are happening more frequently, and as far as like the batteries lasting, they're not lasting as long anymore. So the batteries suck. Everybody's touting that they're awesome and they're amazing, and this drone is amazing, very capable drone, and it deserves good batteries, TGI. So you got to fix that. You got to spend the money, get better batteries, manufacture them better because they're cheap, they're plasticky, cheap. They're like a old Craftsman drill battery, and I use rigid drills in my work, my everyday work, and all batteries, the life of the battery dwindles with a lot of use, and it's no exception for this drone battery. They really do suck. And so I don't know if anybody else is saying that, but the batteries are the problem. As an electrician, I could tell you, the power output's not there if the voltage is not there, or say if it's allocating different power to other things instead of the motors when it most needs it. See, it's the batteries is problems, and maybe there's a software thing that could be fixed to where if it senses high wind or whatever, it's gonna go and it's gonna fix that. It's gonna do that. It's gonna put that energy into the motors and get your drone back home safely. Because that seems to be a problem with these things. I know there's other YouTubers that are doing experiments and having the same exact problem that I am, so I'm not alone. But this issue needs to be resolved. Better batteries because this drone deserves it. Also, the only other gripe I have with the drone is the camera. When you're facing into the sun, you get some nasty lens glare. It changes to all colors, violets and blues and grays and all that. So, with future models, it would be nice to upgrade the camera to 4K. It deserves it. And also fix the lens glare. I know GoPro had a lens glare issue with the Hero 6, and they fixed it with the Hero 7. I don't know what they did. Maybe you could look into that. Maybe like a ring or an absorption ring around the sensor or something. I don't know, but it's really bad lens flare. The 2.7K is awesome, very capable drone, but there are definite issues with this drone that need to be fixed, need to be resolved, because this drone deserves it. It's one of the most amazing drones I've ever had the chance to fly, and I hope this video gets out on the internet. This is all about sharing knowledge. This is all about getting better with the products that are made, and so I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Just wanted to get that out there. I know there's a lot of reviews and stuff on the net, but this one has to be said. The batteries suck. They need to be better.